This is the Optibike Pioneer Allroad. It's one of their more affordable electric bikes. This is a company that's known for custom builds, made in America stuff, and they're actually importing this one, still assembling it and doing a lot of design work in America, but that's helping to keep the price a little bit lower. It's about $27.99. It's called the Allroad because you can take it a little bit off-road if you want and around these urban settings. So it's part of their urban lineup of bikes. And really pretty cool. This is kind of the second iteration of this bike. I did a review before. That was sort of the 2013-2014. This one's getting ready for 2015, and there are several improvements. You'll notice the frame is a little bit sleeker than before. It's kind of got this nice curved design, a little bit of a lower step, so if you need to stand over the bike and not kind of rack yourself. It's got an improved suspension fork, some nice rims, an improved LCD display here, nice and big, with breakout buttons, so you can operate this without taking your hand off the grip. It's actually backlit. It's actually got a stronger motor as well. It's sort of the same specs, 500 watt geared center drive, but this time around it's a little bit torquier and it's also a little bit quieter, which is very noticeable and appreciated when you're riding. This is a stealthy bike, and it really benefits from that low center of gravity. You can see the motor there, real low right there in the center. Battery also low on the down tube, removable pack, and just, you know, great design. This thing uses lithium ion cells, Samsung, 37 volt, 10 amp hour. So it's actually 11 amp hour. So it's a pretty solid size pack as well, in terms of the range that you're going to get, and you're going to get decent power out of that 500 watt mid drive. This is definitely one of the more affordable but still very capable mid drive systems I've tried, and I love the fact that it doesn't have this rear battery pack hanging off, and it gives you 5 levels of pedal assist as well as a throttle. So you kind of get everything with this bike. It's all road, but it's all features as well. And if you wanted to set this up for commuting or something, it's got these nice threaded eyelets on the back for adding a rack, like really solid, right? This is not an afterthought. This frame is ready to go, and the suspension fork has lockout as well as, you know, just regular travel up and down. So I love that. There are a lot of bikes out there that kind of skimp on things here or there, and yes, this isn't, you know, top of the line. I mean, this is a XCT Suntour suspension fork. That's all right. The disc brakes, you know, they're a pretty good size here, 160 millimeter. They're mechanical, they're not hydraulic, but still, I mean, you know, this is a very capable setup, and kind of the hybrid tires that are going to work all right on smooth for coasting, but still get you decent grip. I like what they've done here. Also, I should say the brake levers cut off power to the motor, so they're not really skimping on anything, and you've even got the ergonomic grips. Yeah, I like it. I definitely like the way that they've gone with this, and I feel like the price is pretty good. Optibike offers, it's like a 6-month upgrade path on their bike. So if you get this, again, this is one of their more affordable models, and you decide, oh, I want even more power, I'm doing tons of off-road stuff, you can upgrade to one of their R-Series bikes in 6 months, and they'll apply the money that you spent on this towards one of those. They also have like a 90-day like it or leave it policy for returns, and I think this has a 1-year warranty, which is not bad at all. In terms of gears, I should say that this is like a 24 speed. You've got a couple of triggers here on the left and a couple on the right, 3 rings on the front and 8 in the rear, Shimano Altus, so, you know, decent stuff. This is the magnet with the sensor for telling how fast you're going and everything. And I should say this display, it's backlit for use at night, which is awesome. And it shows you, you know, your precise battery indicator, your odometer, your speed, and those 5 levels of assist. You can kind of arrow down between them, and you can use the throttle at any time if you're in one of those assist levels. I did notice, at least on this one, you can't use the throttle in 0 mode. They may change that, but I found that it worked pretty well. I tend to just, you know, bring this all the way up to 5 and then use the throttle. It's a lot of fun, and you definitely notice the power in this motor. Sometimes on mid-drive bikes, you're trying to, you know, use the throttle or pedal assist and you're in a harder gear, and it struggles. With this 500 watt motor, that's not the case. but you still want to work with your drivetrain. That's going to help you climb hills. It's going to help this thing go further. You're really leveraging the drivetrain of the bike to help the motor, right? You're not straining the motor all the time. And by not having a hub motor, you're going to have an easier time changing flats or servicing your rim. All of this stuff here is very modular. It's just regular bicycle components. The only real difference is that battery pack and the motor. I think my one biggest complaint overall on this bike just is that there's like nowhere to put a water bottle, and it's not even like they forgot about it. There's just nowhere. There's not room. Okay. Oh, and this bike comes in kind of a standard medium-sized frame. You know, it's got the adjustable seat and stuff, but if you're super tall or super short, it might not work quite so well. You know, I'm like 5'9", like 31 inch inseam. It works fine for me. Oh, and I like that they included a kickstand, because even though this is a little bit more off-road capable, just so many electric bikes that just don't have a kickstand, and I don't want to have to lay it down, you know, and scratch it all up. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and hop on this thing and pedal it around, do a little bit of on-road riding and a little bit off. I'm gonna just leave it in pedal assist mode 5 so you can hear and see the motor. Super quiet. I didn't even have to change gears. I'm in a relatively hard gear, meaning it's gonna help me go faster, and yeah, I didn't have any problem starting off. Now I'm gonna switch down to a lower gear for like climbing. There we go. Now you can hear the motor a little bit more because I'm spinning it super fast. That's kind of like the highest RPM that it can achieve. I like that it actually has a variable speed output. Sometimes on the mid drives, it's like it only spins at one speed, and that's not the case here. So, had some requests for seeing what it looks like to actually ride one of these bikes. I wanted to mention this is about 48 pounds, so you know, it's not too bad, and you can take the battery off. So if you have one of those car racks that grabs right here, it could still work, and it'll be a little bit lighter that way. I'm in pedal assist 5 right now. I'm going to use the trigger throttle just to show you what it looks like to ride this thing. Again, I'm about 5'9", give you some idea. So, yeah, just gonna throttle it. There we go. Taking off. Kind of in a climbing gear here. Not bad. So, yeah, that's it. That's the updated Pioneer Allroad from Optibike. For the full write-up on this with specs and pictures and comments, I'll see you back at ElectricBikeReview.com.